I will never be doing this again. Reviewing a show episode by episode, I don't have the time for it, especially boring shows like Peacemaker Season 2, where nothing happens, nothing of substance happens, and I need James Gunn to start finishing his fucking sentences. These are the biggest cameos slash whatever for him. These are my favorite cameos. These are the biggest cameos for me. I had a great time with this. You guys will not have a good time, but I had a great time. So let's get right into this. It starts out 1 month ago. Peacemaker and Harcourt they're out to lunch. Okay, they're out to lunch. In Canada, that means they're crazy, so they're out to lunch. Let's see. They're at the Big Belly Burger, and the chemistry is still off. There's nothing there. It's all cringe. I'm just reading this right off the paper. This was a boring last episode. I was excited because they were going into the dimensions, but if we're gonna, I'm just gonna talk about it freely. They went into 4 dimensions, and they were in the zombie dimension for the extent of what you saw in the preview, so nothing happens. They go into Candyland dimension, which was stupid and boring, and I guess those are gonna be the fucking. I told you guys we're gonna see imps, whether you like it or not. Those are the imps, that the interdimensional imps that have all these superpowers. So we're gonna see like a little fucking, like, it's just like they're like little horny imps that want to fuck the dude in the face. They're humping his helmet. I'm getting sidetracked. So they're out to lunch, and then they're walking down the pier, and they see Nelson is the band that Peacemaker has always wanted to see, aka James Gunn has always wanted to see Nelson live. That's why we see it live. That's why I'm saying he needs to finish his fucking sentences by saying, these are the biggest cameos for me, for myself. These are my favorite cameos of all time. And we watch him and him and Harcourt, they kiss. There was no fucking, there was no sucking. So they have a little moment where they kiss, and that's about it. Then we cut to Peacemaker. He's in prison. He's like, "You have visitors." He's like, "I don't want to see my visitors." And then stupid. None of it is good to me. He said he's the angel of death. They start looking through the quack. Door 22 is unlocked. Rick Flag Sr. has lost all. He's lost the whole plot. He's not even the same character that we saw from any of the earlier episodes or from Creature Commandos. He's brainwashed, or he's just realized that free will exists, and he's having a great time snorting cocaine. He's with Lex Luthor's whole gang. I forgot to even mention in the last episode, in the last review slash thoughts, that he went and visited Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor's like crying because he's like, "I'm surrounded by all these metahumans and they're fucking each other and I don't know what to do. Please help me." Rick Flag Sr. has lost the plot. He's completely basically a villain now. And he's investigating all these other dimensions, right? And that seems like a great idea because you have 99 dimensions. The cameos could be out of this world. You could go to like all these other dimensions. And for some reason, Harcourt and all of them other people never even mention Earth X or Nazi world or whatever. Like, that would be something to bring up because they're eventually going to run into that world anyway. But hey, we don't think about things like that. We just write in the moment, right? That's not the point of this episode. So yeah, like I was saying, they go to Candyland. There's these little creatures attacking them, ripping people in the face. The one guy that nobody cared about, that was on Flurry's team, he gets his face ripped up and like they're eating his face. Flurry gets his head humped. Harcourt's obviously the main star of this whole show, so she has some moments where she's killing these little fluffy imp things. Kill them, they burst into dust, and or not dust, but like they burst into glitter, which is annoying. John and Harcourt are like, "Why are we trying to find this thing?" And then Rick Flag Sr. told Harcourt that they're trying to find a dimension where they're like, because it's overpopulation, we can find another world where we can send people and everybody can live peacefully and we can have all the resources and it's going to be a good time. And then Harcourt's like, or I think John is like, "Why, when have we ever done anything for the benefit of the good people?" And Harcourt's like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm stupid." And then Adobe and Adrian want to help bail out Chris, so they do. She convinces Adrian to use the money that he stole from the bad people because she's like, "At least we can do good with the bad that these people have done." And then Adrian's like, "Oh yeah, you're right." She basically manipulates him because that's what we do. We manipulate people. Chris and gets a lawyer using his blood money. Stop fucking my heart in the ass. Stop fucking my heart in the ass. We get the montage of all the different doors. We get the zombie dimension. Like I said, it's only like the brief moment in the trailer that you saw. There's nothing of use there. Like, you could have used that. We get a dimension of the black hole from Superman because why would we do anything original when we can reuse footage? We get a Candyland, which was stupid. We get what was the other one? Black hole zombies. They find out the perfect planet to do something. Rick is weird. The want to make the whole planet a prison. Oh yeah, the big reveal is that they want to make it a prison. He finds the perfect planet and he's like, "We did it. We did it." And they want to make it a prison. That's the whole point of this show. That's the whole point of this final episode is he's setting up some storyline called like something stupid. Metahuman Sasha is talking with Harcourt because she figured out that Rick Flag Sr. doesn't really like her. He's just fucking her. And then they're like, we need to do something about this. And then they come up with this plan to solve all the problems. And they're going to get Peacemaker, the music shit. And then there's another cameo, like a 10-minute cameo of another band from the intro of the show. So like I was saying, these are the best cameos for James Gunn. Nobody else gives a shit about these people. I mean, there's enough people, obviously. They're a famous band, but I'm saying, like, for DCU fans, we don't care about your fucking music taste anymore. You Guardians of the Galaxy was the best thing you've ever done music-wise. Get over it. Nobody cares beyond that, but it's okay. This show really went nowhere. They're setting up this storyline called Salvation, which I don't know anything about. I need to read those comics, but apparently people are excited. Rick Flag Sr. So they have this moment where they all come together and they go get Chris and they're like, we need to convince you that you are good and you are part of the team. And then they create this chess master or chess club thing or something with chess in it. I don't remember, guys. I'm reviewing this so late. I've been busy. I'm a busy man. I've got jobs. And they get Chris and they're all having a good time. And him and Harcourt realize Harcourt finally gives in and she's like, I do love you. I do. Chris gets captured by Rick Flag Sr. and then he gets thrown on this planet because they find the perfect planet and they convince the government that we should use this planet as a prison planet, and they're using Peacemaker as an experimental human to see if the planet has any side effects on humans. And that's how it ends. That's basically how it ends. I'm so uninterested in anything DCU, and I will never be reviewing a show episode by episode. I just don't have the time anymore. I will watch the show and then I will give a full review of the entirety of the show. But this episode by episode stuff has like burnt me out on making videos in general. I don't have time to be editing it the way I want to. I'm going to go back to card opening videos and then we're going to maybe review movies. And like I said, we'll review shows, the entirety of the show, not episode by episode. And I'm not excited really for anything else coming out. And I think this is so late, so much has changed, but Supergirl will be coming out first and then Green Lantern. It doesn't even matter. I have no faith in James Gunn's DCU because he has no faith in himself. He has no plans for anything further than whatever's on his mind right now. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for bearing with me through this entirety of this review and blah blah blah. I thought this was going to be a good episode, final episode, because I was like, this would be a fun thing to do with the cameos and you could set up so many, like you could go into all these dimensions, but they only went into like 4 dimensions and I already forgot what the 4th one was, but I'm done. I'm done with it. Like, I'm not excited anymore. You can probably tell in my voice. I'm kind of irritated. I'm ready to get this done. I'm ready to go back to card opening videos. I'm going to edit this with bare minimum pictures. It's going to be whatever. Thank you guys for bearing with me through this. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys have a good day. I'm going to go back to card opening videos and movie reviews and whole show reviews. It's not going to be episode by episode. I will probably like write down notes and stuff and then but whatever. Have a good day. Peace out, guys. Thank you. Bye.